Okay, JP, you are recording, you are streaming, phone lines are open. Go for it.
Thank you. Welcome, and can I have a motion to open the meeting?
Make motion.
Second. Sandy, all in favor?
Aye.
Please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. So,
There's my son. My son.
so
See you.
I think we'll turn it over to John Ryan Jr.
Dr. Soriano, would you like to introduce
Sure.
John Ryan's son?
Senior's son.
Yeah, I think John Ryan just did that, right?
I hope,
He would never.
good evening. I wanted you to hear tonight from one of our most popular clubs and one of our newer clubs at the school. We're lucky to have a student chapter of the Surfrider Foundation, and they are fighting for reducing plastic pollution, ocean protection, beach access, coastal preservation and clean water, and finally raising awareness, and most importantly, raising awareness about the marine ecosystem and taking on issues that threaten our beaches, which is particularly near and dear to all of our hearts. And this couldn't be actually a more perfect club for our middle schoolers, some of whom are here tonight. We're going to talk to you about what they do, given their stage of development and given where we live. And I can't think of a more suited advisor than our math teacher and lover of the ocean and swimmer and lifeguard and son of John Ryan Sr. than Mr. John Ryan Jr. I'm going to turn that over to him. Thank you.
So thank you for allowing me to come up here to the school board meeting. 10 years ago, I had the opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Two girls walked into my classroom. I was new back to the middle school. I've been fifth grade teacher for 19 years at the middle school. Moved down to John Marshall when the fifth grade moved down there. Did 4 years teaching fifth grade math and science at John Marshall, and then I had the opportunity to move up and take on the sixth grade math. And my first year there, I had two students walk into the class and say, Mr. Ryan was looking for an advisor for our club. I said, well, what kind of club? By the way, those two individuals were Mahalia Hensler and Julia Short. Julia Short, Rick Wilson's rest of soul, former school board member, his granddaughter. And they said to me, we want to start a club. I said, well, what do you mean start a club? I said, what's the club? And they said, it's a Surfrider club. And I said, oh, wait a minute, let's just sit down and talk about this. I know I'm a lifeguard and all that. And I need to know a little bit more about this club. So that's what they came to me about. We sat down, we talked. We're an environmental club. We're a club that has a mission to create awareness of environmental concerns and protection of and preservation of our local ecosystems. And we do that through involvement in outreach programs that we have that are around here that we have even no idea existed. I have 5 officers that attended that came with me tonight. Since day one, they've been interested in joining the club, even before it even started this year. We had the opportunity to be part of a parade. They came and said, can we be part of that parade? Absolutely. And we marched in the parade as part of the Surfrider, Eastern Long Island Surfrider chapter, as well as our East Hampton Middle School Surfrider Club. It's an honor to be part of it because they're the leaders. They're mostly sixth grade students. We do have 7th and 8th grade students, but because of their conflict with sports and involvement in other clubs, they attend when they can. But the magnitude of our club is my 6th grade core group. And I brought them here tonight to speak about some of the things we've done. You have a pamphlet of photos and groups that we belong with, we work with throughout the year. They're going to come up and speak about what we've done so far, what we're doing in the middle schools. So Tyler, is that come up?
Hi, my name is Tyler Klavek, and I'm going to be talking about East Hampton Town aquaculture and clam, oyster, and scallops. So some advantages of this are clams, oysters, and scallops are mollusks that can filter and clean our water and our local bays, and to help to filter out heavy nitrogen that can be harmful to local fish and aquatic plants and animals.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Would you like to come up?
I'm Callie Jordan, and I'm going to talk about Amber Waves Farm. Some of the advantages to organic farming is they don't use chemical fertilizers or pesticides, and it helps protect the soil, and it provides better nutrition for plants and consumers. Hello, I'm Jerry Wing, and I'm going to talk about the East Hampton Untitled Chapter. So what it's about is that it's like basically what this Ryan said, but the advantages of this of our club is that the plants of the importance of biowheels. Some of the advantages are the plants protect local waterways from stormwater pollutants. They create a habitat for wildlife, including muskrats, birds, and butterflies. They reduce pollution by filtering stormwater, and they reduce standing water, which is basically puddles, that attract mosquitoes.
Now, we went to Isleswell down on the Methodist churches. How much garbage you think we pulled out of there? Pound-wise, 100 pounds of.
Yeah, 50 to 100.
What were some of the crazy things? That's all got washed
Yeah,
down
we
off
see
the roads.
Wow.
Croc, we had a croc.
Crocs. I think they were good.
Yeah,
Crocs, the
Yeah, they
shoes?
were huge. They must
Oh,
have.
yeah, look at that.
I think it was yours.
Your Crocs, did you toss them?
I never lost any Crocs in town.
Well,
Many out there.
Wow.
cans, bottles,
wow.
wrappers, everything. We found a giant, whisper called it toothbrush, a giant.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of garbage, that picture.
That's a lot of garbage.
Did you find any animals?
We didn't see any animals other than ourselves.
Some Halloween decorations I see there.
No
Wow.
Halloween decorations.
Yeah, there's like a rest in peace.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you for doing that.
What kind of picture?
We have two stream recycling containers, and some cans and bottles are refundable but are recyclable. Each week we raise about $10 in refundable bottles.
And
Great.
by the way, I, for years, it was tough to keep up with it. It was very difficult because there was just so many cans or bottles in the cafeterias and all around the schools and these containers we had. And thankfully, over the past 3 or 4 years, we've been moving towards a change, and there's less cans and bottles. And the reason for that is students are bringing canteens or containers instead of buying bottled water or juices. So we're very pleased that we're able to keep up with the number of cans and bottles that we are recycling each year. Unfortunately, all of them, as Haley mentioned, are not refundable, but they are recyclable. We do a sort, we refund the ones that are refundable, and then I have to bring home, and my dad and I have to go take them to the dumpster. The garbage runs the whole family, so we take them to the trash.
All right.
Put them in the
Great.
recycling bin.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Now we'll be talking about beach Our beach cleanups we do with Eastern Untitled Chapter, and the importance of our beach cleanups is to keep our beaches clean, and it helps to keep plastics and pollution out of our oceans that can be very harmful to our marine animals. We found like really micro and like really little plastics, but then when we went to like the garden by the church, we found more like wrappers and like bigger things. But by the beach, they're more like balloons and like little plastics.
Those little plastics are unfortunately washing up or in the ocean, and the ones, that's what usually gets consumed by the marine life. And
That's
those
what
marine
kills
life die because of those they call them microplastics.
They look like shells, but they're like all different colors.
Again, for allowing us to come and speak about our program. It really is an exciting program. We've been on four field trips already this year, in just the past month. As the most exciting one was our clam seeding, which you have pictures of there as well. But they're all very exciting, very educational, and we are by having a group of young middle schoolers that move up through the middle school into the high school that join the environmental club here at the high school, we are making a difference.
Awesome.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Great to see the kids and to see a club that's very active. Thank you, John.
And to
Appreciate
hear
it.
about field trips.
And field trips,
Yeah.
and on the water, there's probably very little COVID, so that's a good thing. It's in the open, there's open air. What's better for you than that?
It's great. This drift
Thank
art
you.
is really cool too.
And if you guys want to go, you're welcome to, you've done your part. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, isn't it cool?
Yeah. So.
Yep. News of schools. Unfortunately, Ms. Smith couldn't be here, so I'm going to read the high school's news. Congratulations, Colin Reddy signed with George Washington University on Wednesday. Family and friends.
Been watching for a while. It'll be fun to continue.
Nora Conlin was selected to be a member of Skamea All County Vocal Jazz Ensemble.
Great.
Very nice.
Getting back to normalcy here, which with some of these events that were all canceled last year. And again, one of the big things, considering what's going on or what has gone on regarding our students' social emotional well-being, Sources of Strength is back up. Over 50 students participated today with Jimmy Stewart. Sources of Strength is our suicide, violence, bullying, and substance abuse prevention program, where students are trained in building connections and encouraging health, hope, strength within the school community. And Jimmy's been working on this for years, and it's really embedded in the culture of the high school. So I think we haven't had this for two years. So all really good news from the high
It's a
school.
great program.
Yep. And that's in conjunction through the University of Rochester. So it's all research-based work. Ms. Cuniff?
Good evening, everyone.
How are you?
Calendar dates to share with you all tonight. Coming up December 8th and 9th are our parent-teacher conferences at John Marshall. So we'll have a 12:30 dismissal on both December 8th and December 9th. Students who are already signed up for Project Most may stay for Project Most. Otherwise, all other students will be dismissed at 12:30. And parents and guardians should be receiving conference dates and times from their classroom teachers. Coming up on December 15th, I know we've heard about the high school concert at our last board meeting. Our 4th and 5th grade winter concert is on December 15th, and we're separating our 4th grade and our 5th grade. So the 4th graders will perform at 6 p.m. The 5th graders will perform at 7 p.m. And we're asking that students only bring 2 guests per family. And if parents need to bring their younger children, we'll have a separate activity and supervision for children in another room in the cafeteria so that families can come and enjoy the concert in the gymnasium, but we're asking for only 2 guests per musician. And then I also just wanted to clarify, because I misspoke last week when speaking about Project Most and the wait list. Mr. Ryan, you asked specifically if there was a wait list, and I did not believe there was, and there is. There's currently 15 students on the wait list, and there are a variety of grades. It's kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. There are a variety of different grades, but there are 15 students currently on our wait list for our after-school program.
Is there anything we can do? Is there anything we can help with?
I think it's a
Resolve that?
combination of both, staffing
Yeah, that's what I
and
was afraid of.
weight, so.
Because they usually have an issue with that
Yeah,
in
it's
a
been
year, not
always-
like what we're having now,
Yeah,
so
I
it's
just was
probably
hoping-
magnified.
Hoping. Thank
That's
you.
all I have.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. we want to-
Joe?
I'll have a complete fall report for you when we're done competing with us. Swimmers going up this weekend, in Ithaca. So I figured I'd wait for next time to do that. Our winter sports got off really well. We had big numbers in girls basketball and boys basketball. Winter track has about 20 each on each boys and girls. Now, wrestling program, we may have enough for a JV for the first time in a long time.
Oh, wow.
And Ethan's done a great job recruiting and getting kids to come out for wrestling. Spring guard is December 4th. We're having 2 spectators per athlete for that event only. There are no other restrictions for the other winter events or athletics. Boys swimming have about 20. So we're going strong for the fall. We just started a couple yesterday. So
Good.
Great.
okay. Good. Thank you.
Yep.
Good. Okay. So public comment. Matt, do we have anybody on the line for public comment?
0 callers. Thank you.
Okay. Consent agenda. Can I have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
I'll make a
You
motion.
didn't ask the spectators in the room if they wanted. to-
Oh, they already had their opportunity. Did I miss anyone? Did I miss anyone?
Pride's outside. Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Superintendent's report recommendation. Second, no one's there. So, number 1, I recommended the board approve the following amended resolution. Resolved that Madison Scala is upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools appointed to an extended secondary math teaching position as a leave replacement term, which became effective September 1st, 2021, is extended through April 8th, 2022, at the annual salary of $58,880. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Yeah.
Any discussion? We're just.
Continuation of the
Why does it
leave.
stop?
Okay.
Somebody's coming
Uh,
back.
She was on her leave, the date of that leave changed and got extended. Now she's staying with us.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 2, recommended the board approve the following resolution. Resolved that Paula Lazo be hereby granted an extended leave of absence from her current position as a paraprofessional for the period that commenced April 7th, 2021, and is extended through the remainder of the 2021-22 school year. And be it further resolved that Paula Lazo is upon the recommendation of superintendent of schools appointed to an extended teaching assistant position as a leave replacement term, which became effective April 8th, 2021, is extended to the remainder of 2021-21 school year at the annual salary of $35,080. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion. Second.
Second? Anybody, any discussion?
And Tim will correct me if I'm wrong. She's a paraprofessional. She's filling in a leave, a TA leave. The TA is filling in a teacher leave.
Okay, so it's a trickle cascade.
Okay? All right.
Extended, so.
Yes. Got it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Minute. Number 1, this person is now teaching math and stopping as of April 8th. Who's gonna fill in after April 8th?
The regular teacher's
Oh,
coming back.
coming back.
Yep.
Okay.
Number 3, recommended the board approve the following resolution. Resolved that the Board of Education of the East Hampton Union Free School District pursuant to Rule 14 of the Suffolk County Civil Service Commission and upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, does hereby appoint Andrew Rodriguez to the position of paraprofessional for a probationary period of 26 weeks commencing on November 29th, 2021, and is to be paid at the annual salary base of $26,344. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second? Any discussion?
It's additional support,
Good.
high school supervision.
And he's one of our local kids. Congratulations, Andrew. All in favor? Any opposed? Number 4, recommended that the board approve the following resolution. Resolved that the Board of Education of the East Hampton Union Free School District pursuant to Rule 14 of the Suffolk County Civil Service Commission And upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, does hereby appoint Kim, and I'm gonna get this one wrong. so-
Nelpinski.
Nelpinski, all right, there you go. See, I was gonna give you something other than you were born with. To the position of paraprofessional for a probationary period of 26 weeks, commencing on December 6th, 2021, and to be paid at the annual salary base of $26,344. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion, another addition?
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations. Number 5, recommended that the board approve the following resolution. Resolved that the board approve the following appointments to teach an additional section of E&L, co-taught, and/or individual classroom instruction effective November 8th, 2021, for the 2021-22 school year, with a prorated compensation as follows, beginning with Christopher Toole, science teacher, at $25,837, and ending with Christine Reyes, E&L teacher, $17,687. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
These are from our increased enrollment in ENL at the high school, which I'm reading the graph now, Tiffany. Am I right in saying plus 58 or am I off?
So at the high school, our net gain as of today is 50.
50.
We had some
50.
transfer out.
Is that since the beginning of the year?
Oh, it's
So
50.
we've actually had 68 new entrants at the high school, but considering some that transferred out, we have a net gain of 50.
Okay. What about the elementary school? Same, Karen? Same?
They are,
About 40?
they have a net gain of
51.
51.
51.
Yeah.
It's 101, wow.
District wide, we have a net gain of 104 students. And so,
104.
Wow.
And the majority of those kids are ENL kids?
This
yes,
is the
they're
end.
all
Yeah.
our first place.
Yep.
And this is also contractual.
Yes.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 6, recommend the board approve the following appointments for the 2021-22 school year, and beginning with interscholastic coaches, Jessica Santa, JV girls basketball coach, level 3, for $6,369, and it ends with additional TA section. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Standard stuff? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 7, recommend that the board approve the following amended resolution. Be it hereby resolved that the Board of Education of the East Hampton Union Free School District approves the terms of the memorandum of agreement dated November 10th, 2021, between the district and the East Hampton Teachers Association regarding remote instruction for students quarantined due to the pandemic and/or determined to receive remote instructional services during the 2021-22 school year, and be further resolved that the superintendent of schools be authorized to execute the resulting collective bargaining agreement on behalf of the board. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion. Second.
Any discussion?
We just discussed.
That was just an amended MOA. This is for tutoring of students.
So what does it just provide for?
It provides the teachers the flexibility to tutor during their preps during the school day.
Okay, we had discussed that.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so this is an amended, it appeared that in the first MOA that it was only, it only came in as quarantined. It's not that, because it's for the ability to tutor all students who might need.
During their prep periods.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
okay, Yep.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 8, recommend the board approve the following resolution. Be it hereby resolved that the Board of Education of the East Hampton Union Free School District approve the terms of the memorandum of agreement dated November 8th, 2021, between the district and the East Hampton School-Related Professionals Association regarding the terms and conditions of employment for the members of the school-related professionals bargaining unit, and be it further resolved that the president of the board is authorized to execute the resulting collective bargaining agreement on behalf of the board. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 9, recommend that the board approve the consulting agreement between the East Hampton Union Free School District and Anthony DePino for the purposes of providing HVAC maintenance, repairs, HVAC training, weekly reports, and other HVAC and other equipment related matters effective January 1st, 2022, and through June 30th, 2022, in accordance with the terms and conditions set forth in said consultant agreement. Have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion?
No, yeah. Just so everybody, Mr. DeFino's agreed to come back and help
Which is
transition.
yeah.
We really appreciate it.
It's a huge help.
It's a big help.
He's very good at his HVAC duties and really helps, over the years, has helped the district with our needs there
Yep.
greatly. As everyone knows, try to get someone to work on your heating or air conditioning. Good luck.
Trying to even get heating and air conditioning these days.
Exactly. If you can afford to put the gas in the tank, it's one thing for it to work.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 10, recommended the board approve the consulting contract with Genesee Valley BOCES for ABA supervision for the individual employees of the East Hampton Union Free School District for the purpose of providing supervision services related to the New York License Behavior Analysis, credential and behavior analysis, credit from September 22nd, 2021 through September 22nd, 2022, in accordance with the terms and conditions set forth in said agreement. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second,
Second.
discussion?
This is, we're getting a teacher certified and we're having somebody come in and,
Yeah, one of our staff is going to be a board certified behavior analyst and needs supervision. So it's not, no cost to us. It's just approving that person to supervise the client. And
Great.
it's very specific.
Somebody who's already an employee.
Good. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 11, recommend the board accept with gratitude a donation to the school district of a 16 by 12 shed from Mr. Luis Beretta for the placement of the John Marshall Elementary School fields for use by the district's athletic department.
Nice.
Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? Thank you very much. Very generous.
Thank you. Wow.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 12, recommend the board approve the following resolution. Resolve that the board reject the rental of temporary garage equipment, bid number 21-22-14 for the 2021-22 school year. Can I have a motion?
I make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion?
What is it? Why are we?
It's we had originally got an estimate and went out to bid on the possibility of housing our buses at the high school and creating a garage here.
That's right.
We didn't
Okay.
need to because we were able to extend our lease.
Yes, thank you.
Which we're very grateful for.
Yes,
Mhm.
very much.
All right.
Okay, thank
All in
you.
favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so what do we got left? Old business, nothing under old business? New business?
Yep, so today is School-Related Professionals Day, which recognizes our custodians, our bus drivers, our maintenance workers, our buildings and grounds, our clerical, our technicians today. So we wanted to, make it known to the board that how much we appreciate their hard, incredible work is providing the backbone of our district. Let's face it, we wouldn't be televised right now if Luke Goodstein didn't set up the TV and fix it 52 times during the course of the day. So, I mean, those are the unsung heroes who are behind the scenes and even more so during COVID.
I was gonna say, coming through COVID, that
Yep.
was even a heavier lift than normal. Thank you.
Great job, everyone.
Yes, we really appreciate it.
Affordable housing, just a reminder, we're rescheduled for November 30th. Carrie, how many do we have people coming?
Well, the ones that have RSVP'd, I'd say key officials and key community, I'd say probably about 20. And then an additional 5 that have RSVP'd, but I do expect that there'll be people that'll just show up.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good.
Great.
And then people that we haven't, that weren't even on our radar are coming, so.
How about the local housing people?
They're coming.
Yeah, they're all.
And what
And how
time is
about
that?
Fred Thiel?
6:30?
He's
Fred's
coming,
definitely
Coming.
What time is it start?
6:30.
And we're gonna do that in the auditorium so that we can spread out?
Yep.
and-
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, we'll have assigned seats for the invited guests up front, and then we'll make a little separation. We'll have the board in the front so everybody can see. We'll have some microphones set up. LTV, I believe, is coming, and we'll be televising the event and recording it. Hopefully, we'll have a fruitful discussion on some of our options and solutions for this very challenging issue.
Absolutely.
Great.
Being the discussions.
Yeah. So one of the things that we've been talking about administratively is the creation of a repair reserve fund within our district. As the public may know and the board may know, about 5 years ago, we created our capital reserve fund. Capital reserve fund really allowed us to access the money that actually built our kitchen. It enables our ability to save money on a yearly basis. We can't create this fund without voter approval and your approval to even put it on, a ballot. So I think Mr. Rugen can kind of give you an outline of what that is for.
Evening, everyone. So we'd like to add a proposition number 2 at our budget meeting in May of 2022. Tonight, we'd like to just discuss the parameters around this. Dollar-wise, Brian Giorgiati, our legal counsel, and I did some research of the other districts in New York State, and the average is more than what we're looking to do. We were looking to establish a repair reserve of $5 million over 10 years, with a maximum of $2 million in any given year.
And what would this be for? So what is the difference between, our capital reserve and a repair reserve?
So this would be used for something that with like the middle school, the wall that happened, that was used from capital. Emergencies, things of that nature. The roof blows off. We would use that for emergency purposes, non-recurring expenses. So we couldn't use it for, say, fixing or maintaining the boilers, changing the filters in the boiler. We cannot use it for that.
But if the boilers die in the middle of the school year, and we've had that in certain buildings be a real worry for us. And if it happens, this would be able to fund it without putting our budget upside down. And the difference between this fund and the capital reserve fund is that the capital reserve fund, the taxpayers had to approve us creating the fund and funding it. And then they had to approve us taking money out of it because you have time.
Right.
This one would differ in the sense that the public would vote yes or no whether they want us to have the fund. But because it's an emergency fund, if the boilers die, we wouldn't go out to the public and say, hey, listen, do you mind if we repair the boilers?
Right.
We're gonna do it anyway, frankly, and it just allows us to be a little bit more fluid in our budgeting so that we can have the money there, it's ready. If the boilers die, the money's set aside for it. And if they don't, well, then we're not gonna spend it. I mean, we're not gonna use this to do something else. It's like your own house. If you have a fund for your well dies, your furnace dies, your roof leaks, your cesspool, your basement leaks, whatever the case is, and it's not covered by insurance. Some of the stuff we talk about sure could be covered by insurance. I mean, we had a flood in district office a few years ago, things like that. These things happen, but some things are also not covered and you have to be prepared. So now that may mean that we have to shift money and take it from something else that we were planning on doing and now not be able to do it. So I think and we're not going to put $2 million in it, I don't think, anytime soon anyway, but we may be able to put some money towards it just to be conservative and do proper budgeting.
And the most we could have in there is 5 million.
Right, and that's over a 10-year period.
Yeah, 5 million. So it's a 10-year authorization.
Correct.
Yes.
And so if you wanted more than 5 million at any point, you'd have to go back and put in another resolution and raise the cap on it. Can you transfer money between our different reserve funds?
You can to a certain extent, not certain ones. Certain means you can't.
So could we transfer? I'm just curious if we needed. Can you transfer money from? Well, 2 questions. I mean, I suppose in your capital reserve, can you transfer money from the capital reserve fund to a repair reserve fund without voter approval?
No.
I would think not,
Everything
but I
has to
don't
be
know.
approved.
So-
for-
No, that's why I'm just asking.
Right.
I'm just asking the questions. I'm
So
just
the
curious.
board will approve and will decide if they want to extend and establish the repair reserve, and the voters have to vote to fund it.
Well,
Right.
the voters vote to authorize it. We
Right.
would fund it in our budget.
Correct.
So the voters, so presumably, let me just make sure I'm clear about this.
Mhm.
So presumably, right now, we're not gonna have, nothing will be funded till the next fiscal year after this school year, after this budget vote, because we won't have authority for it until
Right.
May.
And they
So
function.
in our next
We would put in
budget
our
cycle, we could theoretically say, all right, let's put in $500,000 in the repair. Is that correct? Okay. And then that can get used.
But the board would have the ability to decide when we have unencumbered funds, which fund to put it in. So
Okay.
whether
You may
we're
put
gonna
some
put it
in
in
capital,
capital,
some
How
in
much
your-
we
some in
wanna fund
repair
capital,
reserve,
right.
depending
Or
on what.
CRS.
Correct, we have TRS,
TRS,
Could be anything.
CRS reserves. So yes, you can authorize to
TRS
put
is
in
our
these
return
different
fund.
reserves.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
and frankly, the TRS is the one that certain years, you know, in the early years of being on the board, that hit us the
Depends.
hardest.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
And that's why we have it.
and that's why we.
And that's why we
created it.
have it. So,
Although we do have aging boilers and we know that
Yeah.
that's,
yeah.
you know, coming soon.
It could be
So
a
there's a
generator,
big-
it could be a
right.
roof leaking, it could be anything.
Right.
I mean, I don't put you on the spot, Keith, but what do you think in a given year we would spend, on the average emergency repair?
A great question. Something like the middle school wall, right? Whatever that was
Yeah.
before my time, but
Yes.
something like that. Say $500,000. That was just out of the wind. Not planning on budgeting for something like that. We did do at the elementary school library. A certain portion of that could have been used as a repair. Not the full amount, but a certain amount, to say $100,000 could have been used for that.
Right.
So it really is a big range,
Okay.
but,
I'm just curious, but I just want us to be prepared,
Yeah,
because we've talked about the boilers 100 times, and we've been, lucky.
Yeah, we've been
We've
very
been
lucky.
lucky, and they're all, listen, it could be the boilers, it could be something else that we don't even know exists, but you have to fix it, and you can't open the building without it. And, I don't know if any of the COVID stuff would really play into it, but, what's the next COVID? What's the next thing that we're gonna need to prepare for? I think we just need to be somewhat prepared. We don't need to be over-prepared, but we need to be, somewhat.
Well, we've had, we had to do a lot of patching on the roof
Right,
before we
yes.
put the solar on, things
Yep.
like that.
Yep, exactly.
You can have, for example, the middle school is in need of new lockers.
Yeah.
When they go in and they look at what's underneath the existing lockers.
Right.
Who knows what's under
There's
there?
asbestos.
Mhm.
Then we have a major problem because it's an exorbitant cost to,
Yes,
no, the lockers are not, that they're reasonable.
right, but prepping
Right,
to put
those
them
are
in.
the
Having
budget.
asbestos can be a huge issue.
Remediation.
We've had that remediation
Right.
happen.
Well, it happens every time we have a project that, some of the buildings, so they're old. I mean, just the way they are. All right, well, I just think this was a good conversation to have
Yes.
with everyone involved in the public to hear what it is, because this is what we need it for, this is what we want it for. And if we don't have it, you're gonna still make those emergency repairs. It's gonna come from, it's coming from somewhere.
Budget, right.
So
Right.
it's gonna happen regardless to whether you have the fund or not.
And it would be
So-
better to have the funds so that
Right.
we're not,
It's just a savings
Stripping
account
something
that's
else.
set aside that if you need to use it, you
Right.
can without disrupting your overall general budget.
and either way, it's up to voters.
Yeah, they
whether or not
can, right,
we're granted the
exactly.
ability to do it. Right.
And that's it? New business? All right. Matt, anybody for public comment?
0 callers, JP. Thank you.
Terrific. Oh, yeah, do we want to talk about that?
We're here. Joe's here. What is the time?
He,
Oh, he just stepped out. I don't know.
I
He
don't think he was feeling
Yeah.
well.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll just bring it up next time.
Yep.
It's fine. It's not a rush.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else have anything from the board? Wanna bring up? No? Have a motion to adjourn?
I make it.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're out. Thank you very much.